All right, let's do some examples where we find the selling price for an item. Again, we're talking about markdowns, and we know markdowns are our regular selling price minus whatever the sale price is. Markdown is an amount that they take off of the regular price when it's on sale. Okay, it says winter coats are on sale starting April 1st. A leather coat is on sale for 35% off of the regular selling price of $346.99. What is the markdown to the nearest cent? Now for this problem, we're going to use this formula. The markdown is your markdown rate times your regular selling price. So in this case, our markdown would be, our markdown rate is 35%. Move the decimal 2 places to the left. Gives us 0.35. Multiply that by the regular price of the jacket or the coat, and we'll have our answer. So we take 0.35 times $346.99. That gives us $121, and it says 4465, but we want to round to just 2 decimal places, the nearest cent. $121.45 is the markdown on this jacket. All right, here's another example. Casey Marino is interested in purchasing a new laptop computer for school. It's marked down 18% from the original price. She can save $145 by buying the marked down computer. How much is its original price? Well, we're still going to work with that same formula, but we're looking for something different here. Okay, the markdown we already know is $145 because it says that's how much she's going to save by buying it on sale. We even know the markdown rate, it's 18%. Move the decimal 2 places to the left, that gives us 0.18. Okay, times the regular selling price. That's what we do not know. We don't know how much the regular price was, and that's what they want to know. So we are going to take this equation that we've put together using our formula, and we're going to solve this equation to find the regular price. Now right now the regular price is multiplied by 0.18, so we use our rules for algebra. Do the opposite of multiplying by 0.18, which is to divide by 0.18. When I do that, I get a regular price of $805.56. So the regular price of that laptop was $805.56. She's getting 18% off, which is a savings of $145. Right, next question. Orlo Jackman heard an ad on the radio for a weekend cruise to the Bahamas. It's available for $132 off the regular price this week. This discount reflected a 35% markdown. What is the regular price of the cruise? So again, we're going to use our formula right here for markdowns because we know the markdown was $132. That's how much he was saving. Okay. We know the markdown rate is 35% or 0.35. And we know if we were to take that times the regular selling price, it would give us our $132 markdown. But this is a little bit backwards because what we're looking for has stuff multiplied by it. So we're just going to take our equation here, solve for the original or regular price. It's multiplied by 0.35 right now, so if we do the opposite of multiplying by 0.35 and we divide by 0.35, we will get our answer. $132 divided by 0.35 is $377.14. That is probably the cheapest cruise I've ever heard of. All right, Veronica's dress shop marks down a pair of shoes 22%. when the customer purchases the shoes with a dress or a pantsuit. The sale price of the shoes is $64. How much would the shoes cost if they are purchased alone? So if you don't get the discount, what was the regular price of these shoes? On sale, they're 64%, or excuse me, $64 after the 22% off. Okay, we need to set up an equation. Okay, we know we're going to use in this one this top equation. We know that the markdown is equal to the regular price minus the sale price of the item. Now let's put in the information that we know so far. Do we know the regular price? No, that's what we're trying to find. I'm just going to call that regular price R. Do we know the sale price? Yes, we do. We know the sale price was $64. Do we know how much the markdown was? No, we do not. But we do know that we can find the markdown by taking our rate of 0.22 times the regular sale price, which we are right now calling R. So over here, I'm going to put 0.22 R. R is my regular price. So our markdown, which we normally find by taking our rate times the regular price, or 0.22 times R, is equal to the regular price, R is what we're calling that, minus the sale price of $64. I want to solve this for R, but notice R is on one R on the left and one R on the right of the equal sign. So I'm going to subtract an R from each side so that all the R's are together. Now when I do this side over here, 0.22 minus 1 is what I would have there. And 0.22 minus 1 is a negative 0.78, and that is equal to a negative 64. So I have negative 0.78 R equals negative 64. To solve this, 0.78 times R, I do the opposite and I divide by negative 0.78. When I do that, I get my regular price of $82.05. Okay, so this is quite the process. I would go through it a couple of times and take notes. Again, we start with our formula. The markdown is the regular minus the sale price. We replace our markdown, we knew was 22% of that regular price, which we just called R because we didn't know what it was. And that's equal to the regular price, R, minus the sale price of $64. We subtracted R from both sides so that the R's were together, and then divided by the negative 0.78. Okay, so here we go again. The regular sale price for a pair of jeans is $34.99. The markdown rate is 20%. What is the sale price of the jeans to the nearest cent? Okay, so let's take a look at what we have. We have the regular price of the jeans, we have the markdown rate, and we're asked to find what is the sale price going to be. Okay, well, let's take our regular price and figure this out. Well, let's first find out, well, how much of a discount do you get? You get 20%. So let's find our markdown first. Here's our markdown equation. So we're supposed to take our markdown rate of 20%. If we move our decimal over, that becomes 0.2 times the regular price of $34.99. When I do that, I get 6.998. If I round that, that's going to round to $7. The 8 makes the 9 round up. That makes this 9 round up, and we end up at $7. $6.99 rounds up to $7. That's our markdown. Okay, so to find the sale price, okay, we know that that has to be the regular price minus the markdown. That makes sense, right? The sale, how much you get to pay for it, is the normal price of $34.99 minus the price they took off, minus that $7. And when I do that, I get $27.99. All right, Dory Sparrow works at the Clothes Horse Incorporated. The sidewalk sale is over. She takes in some clothes and must mark the dresses back to their original selling price. Okay, so they were on sale, but now that the sale's over, they're going back to the regular price. She had marked them down 60% for the sidewalk sale. What price should Dory put on a dress that had been marked down $120? Okay, so let's take, what do we know? We know our markdown rate and we know what the markdown was. Okay, so again, let's take a look at this equation because it has the markdown and it has the markdown rate together. So we know we get a markdown of $120 when we have a markdown rate of 60%, which if we move that over to be a decimal is 0.6, and that's times the regular price. I'm just going to call that R. Okay. Let's solve for R. We'd have to divide both sides by 0.6. And when I do that, I get $200. Okay, so the regular price for that dress was $200, and when she puts the price back, that's what she should place it at.